Now, it is first of all, I want to thank you to the missions and to the consulate for over many, many years. And I can speak for our own German mission embassy here for many, many, many years have supported the German school very, very generously. I know many of you do that as well. Now I'm asking you to come here perhaps, or no, I give you the microphone over there, so you can stay there and you can introduce yourself.
Each one comes one by one.
Okay, if you say so, we'll do it. All right. Come here and introduce yourself and tell us quickly why you think it's important to maintain the heritage language in the foreign country, what you do, and again, thank you very much for being here and thank you very much for supporting us. We need you. Thank you.
Well, thank you for inviting me. The teaching of heritage language is something very close to my heart because I'm an example of it. I'm a second generation diplomat, and my first language was Spanish. Until my 15th birthday, I only spent 2 years in Brazil. So I learned Portuguese when I was 5 years old. After that, my parents only spoke Portuguese with us at home. So my sister and I, we kept the Portuguese and improved it through books sent to us by our uncles. There was no Portuguese schools abroad at that time. So it's I think to keep the bonds with the country is paramount. And how is the Brazilian government dealing with it? Very difficult, because until the year 2000 was a watershed. Until then, Brazil was an immigration country. We had our cultural system at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs prepared to teach Portuguese to foreigners, and the educational cooperation was to bring mainly South Americans to learn to go to universities in Brazil. After that, Brazil is becoming an immigration country. Nowadays, we have 4 million plus Brazilians abroad, and of those, 2.2 are here in the United States. Our cultural centers network was mainly in South America. Brazil has 230 missions and consulates through the world, but only 23 cultural centers. Of these 23, 3 are in Europe, 1 in the Middle East, and the rest in Latin America. And 1 in South Africa. None in the United States. So we are in the middle of a changing paradigm. And as you know, public administration moves at geological speed. So we we are in this moment, we don't have the means, we don't have the budgets. The budget of the foreign ministry of Brazil is 0.5 of the whole budget, so it's very small. So what we do, we reach for help for local entities here, Abrace, that's it's an acronym very well done because abrace in Portuguese means embrace, and is what they do. They embrace the children and the youngs to keep the Brazilian language and the Brazilian culture. That's what we can do at the moment, and I think from the consulate point of view that we are doing a very good partnership. They ask what they need, and we try to give them what they ask. It's not always possible, but sometimes it's very fruitful. This year, we were able to bring a Brazilian author of books for children. And I think that the result was very interesting. She had a large experience in that field of teaching Portuguese. Before my present post, I was ambassador to Finland, where I had the luck to have one of the cultural centers of Europe, and we were able to work in a book that for children with enhanced reality that tells the history of the Portuguese language, how the Portuguese spread their language through the voyage in South America and Africa and Asia. It's not very well known that there are countries in Asia that speak Portuguese. There is almost a small village in the island of Malacca that speaks 17th century Portuguese. So it's the real thing, the original thing. And there is a community of Portuguese speaking countries that are trying to keep the Portuguese alive and kicking. And I think it's well known that Portuguese is the fifth or sixth language more spoken in the world. So that's what we are doing at the moment until the administration gears up to a higher speed. That I hope it will be in the next 2 to 4 years. And that's my experience. That's what I hope we could still doing with Abrace and other organizations in the area of activation of my consulate. Thank you.
They recorded it. He said, and we asked him, they give us. That's all it is.
I forgot to say before that we have 5 minutes per person. And you're all here and saying thank you to you. I have to unfortunately tell you that it's 5 minutes.
7.
5 to 7. You are absolutely correct. You are correct. I stand corrected. I just, you mind. Right, no, you are 7, 5 to 7, right, yeah, and thank you very much. But we also need is not only the money, which of course we need, the books, but we also need your prestige. The very fact that you are here, the very fact that your others here with your presence means a lot, because we go out to our parents and we say, the consul general was here, and then the parents say, oh, then it's probably okay what you are doing. This kind of support is very, very important to us as well. Okay, next person is the Embassy of France.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Xavier Moquet. I'm the education attaché at the Embassy of France here in DC. It's my second edition with you. I'm very glad to be with you tonight, this afternoon. So because I'm a teacher, I always like to start my class or my conference with a short icebreaker. So, and because I used to teach French, I usually start with a lesson of a few words of French. So if you can repeat after me. So, bonjour. Comment ça va? Je vais bien, merci. Oh, you're French learners. Oh, or French heritage learners. Who knows? So, well, as I said, I'm working for the Embassy of France, and I have 25 slides for 5 minutes. So I'm going to be very, very quick. So I just work. Here we go. Thank you. So I just want to introduce the French Roll initiative we launched with President Macron in December 2022. It's our way to support the French American schools for their French teaching programs and all across the US. It's a $5 million initiative in 5 years, and it's entirely supported by our donors. You can read their names on the right-hand side of this slide. So we have 6 programs. 4 of them are funded by our donors, and the 2 ones on the bottom of this slide are financed by the government of France. So I'm going to start very quickly with the French dual language program. So we are working with 175 French dual language program across the US, and what we do, we fund them for different projects, pedagogical projects like teaching resources, cultural activities, a French language test. We also support French teaching intern in their schools, and we also support professional development for their teachers and their administrators. How it works, it's a call for projects open from December the 1st until January the 31st this year. On the PowerPoint you're gonna have on the website of this conference, you can see more information about the project we supported last year. And of course, you're gonna see a video of one of our beneficiaries. Second program, French Heritage Language Program. So there are a lot of French heritage schools and non-profit organizations here in the US which want to teach French and to French heritage learners. So what we do, we support them through a call for project. What we grant pedagogical project again and professional development. And this year we're gonna have, and this program is run by Jan. Thank you, Jan. So it's a $200,000 program every year. So this year we're gonna open the call for project on December the 1st until January the 31st. So if you want to have more information about that, please reach to Jan. And same, the project we supported last year, and third program, the French in Higher Education program. What we do, we support through a call for project again, French department at the university level for innovative programs, for job fairs and for professional development as well. So this year our budget is $240,000. Same call for project. The call for project has already been launched this year. It was launched on October the 1st. Fourth program, Future Teachers Program. So there's a shortage of French teachers here in the US. No surprise. So what we do, we have two trainings. The first one, we call it Tap to French Teacher Program Training. We send 1,000 Americans to the US to teach English in our schools. And when they come back here in the US, they want to become teachers. And so what we offer them is a 100-hour online course on methods of French language teaching. And with this training, they can apply to Boston University and Concordia College to become a real teacher after this program. And the second training we are running is called French Teaching Fast Track Program, sorry. So there are a lot of Francophones, French heritage people here in the US, and some of them want to become teachers, French teachers. So what we offer a 60-hour online course on methods of French language teaching. And many of them, for them, it's a kickstart to become teacher. Of course, they won't become a teacher with the 60-hour online course, but they can kickstart their career with this training. And then two more programs, the French as a World Language program. Through this program, we are funding American public schools which have a French teaching program in their school, and we support them for pedagogical projects for professional development. And same it's a call for project open starting from December the 1st. And last but not least, the teaching assistant program. I already talked about it. So we send 1,000 American students in France every year to teach English in our school. And it's a very popular program, and it started 80 years ago. And we also welcome French teaching intern in French dual language school here in the US to teach French in the 175 schools I mentioned before. Here are our contacts. Feel free to contact us if you need further information about our programs. Thank you very much.
My name is Julia Pizanski. I'm from the German Embassy. Can you hear me properly? Okay.
And I know on the last one, so. Yeah. That's right, yeah. I've been here for 2 days, okay? Because so I'm a bit tired like you. So I'm gonna try to be quick and clear and first of all, just introducing myself. My name is Jesus Terdam. I'm one of the education advisors of the Embassy of Spain here in Washington, DC. And I'm just going to be talking about what do we do to support the schools in the United States, which is, Spanish is the most popular language taught apart from English, and very brief, so our presence of the Spanish government, Spanish language, is in 50 countries all around the world. The main office here is in Washington, DC, but I work with my colleague Maribel. She's been with me these 2 days. We have offices in Canada. We have an office in Ottawa, Edmonton, Calgary, and then in the United States, we have 4 main offices in New York, Miami, and Los Angeles, where we have attaches. And then we have a lot of people all around the country. We have 20 education advisors working in Lincoln, LA, San Francisco, Seattle, Albuquerque, Houston, Tallahassee, Austin, Boston, Chicago. Okay, so one of the actions that I want to talk to you is the outreach programs, the NACA program, the visiting teacher program, the language assistance program, the ISAs, the Spanish language and cultural groups, and Spanish action. So one of our most popular programs is the North American language and culture system programs in the United States. Today is October the 5th. So 4 days ago, October the 1st, 4,663 American undergraduates and graduates started their work in Spain as a language assistant. So this year, we have a record sending American students to Spain to work as a language assistant for 8 months, and elementary, middle, and high schools, and also adult school for 1 year to improve their English. We also have a very popular program, which is the visiting teachers. I started being a visiting teacher in the past when I was very young, and I have some more hair. And right now we have 1,300 visiting teachers from Spain in schools all around the country, almost every state. And as you can see, Illinois, Massachusetts, Texas, and Florida have the most, the most quantity of teachers. And then we have the language assistants in the United States. We have a small program bringing recent graduates from Spain to help as a language assistants here in schools, American schools. And then we have a network with public schools in the United States, American public schools called ISA, International Spanish Academies. And it's about 100 schools where they do 50% of their curriculum in Spanish in elementary, 35 in middle school, 25% of Spanish language in high school. So we support them with just bringing teachers. We support them bringing language assistants, providing teaching materials. And this is where more or less a map of where the main schools are. We support bilingualism, multiculturalism, and we really believe what Dr. Cardona has been saying in the last few years as an education representative of the American government is like speaking more than one language is a superpower. So we have to make students believe that they have a superpower. They are not superheroes, but they have a superpower, which is being multilingual. So we also have a kind of heritage based school program, which is ALCE. And we have books designed for teachers, for students, mainly communicative skills, And we use the Common European Framework of Languages, and we have 7 teachers coming from Spain for 5 years, for 6 years, every period. So we have classes in New York and Maryland, Virginia, and Washington, DC. We also have a program called Spanish Sections. We have a section of the Spanish where they do a mixed curriculum, Spanish and American, in the United Nations International School, and a paid program called in Miami. We have several schools, so when the students finish, they get double curriculum, double certification, the Spanish and the American, so they can go to Spain for studying at a European university. And then we have lots and lots of professional development. We have webinars online, we have on-site training. We also offer summer courses for American teachers. So if you know someone who wants to go to Spain, they can apply for summer courses. We have summer courses for 3 weeks, including accommodation, official certification, cultural program, and also master degrees and 2 summers. We have a few resource centers in some university all around the United States. Every year in December, we publish a magazine called Materiales that you can find online. And this last year, we made a special magazine using Shakira, Jose Andres the Chef, Isabel Allende, and Picasso with activities to work in the class. And then you can find all the numbers on the website. And then we also have a very, very interesting report published online called El Mundo Estudia Español. The world studies Spanish, with all the situation about Spanish all around the world, and especially in the United States. There's a lot of information about all we do in our social media. We have a website, we have Facebook, we have X, we have Twitter, X, we have Instagram, we have TikTok. Some of our programs also have YouTube channels, LinkedIn, so everything can be found online. And I don't know if I did 7 minutes. Did I do 7 minutes? Yeah, okay, so thank you.
Thank you very much for coming, and that was amazing what you all are doing. I mean, wow. So let's thank everyone, the embassy representatives,